welcome back to my channel. And if you're new here, welcome to the Vibe Tribe family. Today is Sunday, so that means it is Road to Recovery, being episode 11. Today I'm going to discuss kind of like how my week's gone and having a borderline personality disorder low. We'll talk a little bit more about, you're probably going, what? We'll talk a little bit more about that in the video. So let's just get on into it. If you're not already subscribed to my channel, I would love to have you join the Vibe Tribe family by hitting that little red subscribe button just right down there. If you like today's video, please make sure you give it a thumbs up, as it does let me know I'm on the right track for creating content for you. If you don't like it, that's okay. Get a big old thumbs down. Don't bother me none. Thanks for the watch time. Thanks for helping me too. Don't forget to hit that notification bell so you know when my squirrely videos upload. Let's get to chatting.
Hey everyone, how's it going? How's your day so far? Hopefully it's a fantabulous one. Cherri here, aka Diamond Art Addiction. Welcome to episode 11 of Road to Recovery. We are in a different setting. Normally I'm upstairs at the kitchen, like my crafting table where I do all my diamond painting. And I was down in my craft room and I was looking at, because after I'm done filming this, I'm going to film tomorrow's Make It Monday, because I cannot wait to demold these beautiful pieces that I'm looking at over here. So anyway, I can also vape in here. I'm just going to quickly grab my drink. Should have had myself prepared. So if you're new to my channel and you're wondering what this is not a crafting video. This is a video where I actually just sit down in front of the camera and I talk. Vlog, I guess, is what the technical term is. That's what my son keeps saying. He's like, Mom, you gotta call it vlogging. I'm like, I'm just gonna call it what I want. I'm one of those types of personalities, you guys, that, you know, you can't tell me what to do, because if you tell me what to do, I'm just going to go and do the opposite just to say that I did. So in tonight's episode, or what Road to Recovery is if you're new, is I am a recovering addict. My dabbling with drugs started at a very young age. By 15, I was addicted to crystal meth. I was on and off crystal meth for 15 years. And not only was it meth, like there was, you know, then prescriptions, you know, painkillers and cocaine and, you know, crack and whatever else, mushrooms, whatever else I can get my hands on, you know, like if you get high on it, yeah. I hate drinking though. I don't drink. I hate drinking. My relationship with drugs for the longest time was like my best friend. And then I got interventioned. And, you know, if you've ever seen that show Intervention on TV, well, that happened to me, just no cameras. And I got told it was my children and family or drugs. Needless to say, I went to rehab. And here I am now, 14 years later, clean from crystal meth. But I have relapsed over the years. I relapsed 11 years ago on cocaine and crack. And then just a few months ago, I was taking more of my pain medication than I should have. And that was when I started Road to Recovery. And that's like, you know, like being in recovery is not something like it's like, it's there for life. You know, this is an uphill climb. This is a battle that a recovering addict will always have. But I much prefer life the way it is. So when I caught myself a few months ago, you know, like, cause I know the tendencies, like it was like a week and I was like, oh, and needless to say, here we are now a few months later. I missed a couple weeks of doing Road to Recovery. So it's been, I think, just over 3 months since I started this, and it's helped immensely. This is where, you know, I talk about my week. It's not a life, no, That's something that I've learned through my recovery is I cannot be in a negative mindset. The moment that I start going into a negative mindset or I have a negative energy around me, I can't handle negativity very well, because what happens is like I absorb it, being I'm highly empathic, right? And then someone else's bullshit is now my bullshit. So I choose to surround myself, and the way I do my videos, some people may want to call them self-pity. Well, that's on them, because to me, I don't have self-pity. What I do is I share my experiences. I share what I'm going through recently. I share what I've gone through in the past. And if you don't like it, seriously, just don't watch. Like, this is my channel. And I have had so many of you reach out to me and just say thank you. Like, and I appreciate that. This helps to keep me on the straight and narrow, and I know that it helps others. So this past week, it's been, it was really busy in the beginning for me, with Patreon going on and getting the mail outs ready, and I'm so excited. Mail outs go out in, I'm getting a message from Brother Jeremy. I'm just gonna have to slide that. Message you back in a minute, brother. I actually messaged him. I tried to go into his live last night, and like I could hear him and see him, but I couldn't. The chat was like just this like gray, fuzzy mess. So I tried, but squirrel. So I'm so excited. Mail outs go out in 2 days. Now, if you sign up for Patreon anytime after the 10th of the month, you will not get that month's mail out. But what you will get is you will get some of the items from this month in July's bag, or on a go forward. Like, mail outs go out on the 10th of every month, and that's it. I am not going to be making 500 trips to the post office, and that's why I've said it, that if you join after the 10th of the month, you will have bonus items in your mail out. My brain. So I ended up going, like, I was like, I got so much done, and then I left Friday, Thursday. You know what, you guys, all I know is today is Sunday. That's all I know. You can hear the outdoors. I love my craft room. I see forest, and my craft room is kind of like my sanctuary. So last week it was like go, and I was going, and then my regular life, that's then I'm filming videos, and man, it was a good, productive week. And I felt, but when I got to my daughter's, I crashed. Right? Yeah, no, it was Thursday. I went from Thursday. Yeah, so Thursday, I went to go to Edson so we could do the birthday weekend with, the family. I believe it was in the previous video where I got, at my daughter's house, I introduced some of the family there. And then Friday we went over to my mom and dad's, and that was when, my son came over, and I cannot believe that my baby is turning 14. Like, in 4 years, all I'm going to have is adult children. And I'm like, it just, time, like everyone always says, time is on our side. No, it's not. Whoever said that was all full of bullshit, if I ever did hear any bullshit in my life. Time is not on our side. We're always so busy, wrapped up in, whether it's working and, raising our kids and going to sports and going to dance class and doing this and that. Sometimes I think we have a tendency that we don't take enough time to slow down. And that was something that I noticed last week with myself. Because by the time I got to my daughter's, like, my ankles went, like, huge. And I was like, you know, and then I'm like, I can feel, you know, and what's coming, and we're gonna talk about that after I'm gonna insert some footage in a few minutes here. So Friday we went to my mom's. We had a great visit. It was an amazing birthday. As you're going to see by my son's reaction, I think he had a good birthday. And then yesterday was his actual birthday, June 6th. He's my son that was born on the 6th day of the 6th month of the 6th year at 3:33 in the morning and 33 seconds. Yeah, I know. And like I was just watching him, and I'm like, you get that sense of pride, right? Like I was looking at all three of my children, and I'm like, if there's anything that I've done right in this life is them, you know, like, and that's where staying clean and keeping myself in a good space is very important. Like I can't allow myself to get tired, hungry, angry, or lonely. Like this is something I learned in rehab. I think there was one more, but I can't remember it. You know, I can only remember those. And you can't allow those to get in. Like if you allow negative to get in, if you allow yourself to get overtired, you know, hungry by not eating properly, hungry for love and emotion, you know, like hunger can come in array of different forms. Like, you know, you could be starving. People can be starving just to feel important. People who sometimes maybe you do have a loved one. And I've gone through this myself, you know, like where you have a significant other, but yet you feel as lonely as fuck, you know, and there are some days, you know, and I think that's normal and that's human. But it's because of like weekends like this that keeping myself straight is that most important. It's like watching my little grandson run around. It was so cute. Thursday night. So I got there Thursday. It was around supper time. And within about an hour and a half, it was time for Grayson to go to bed. So we're going, and he's having a fit. Because usually when he goes to bed and I'm there, I'm gone when he gets up. So I go into his room and I, you know, got down as close as I could because of my back. And I said, Grayson, Nana, stay. And he looked up at me with these big brown eyes, all cute. And I said, Nana, stay, I promise. And I went, deal. And I put out my thumb, and then that's when he goes like this, and it's deal, you know. And then Friday morning, when I was laying in bed, just waking up, you know, wasn't used to sleeping on a futon, wasn't the greatest. And all I heard was my daughter let Grayson out, and he's coming, he's going, Nana, Nana, Nana. And then as soon as he's seen me, and come run up, big hug. See, it's moments like that staying sober is very important for, you know. And there are still times, like even though I've got years under my belt, there are still times when, you know, it can still sneak its way in. So basically I'm going to slip in some footage because there's really only so much I can talk about on that. You're going to see us on our way to my mom and dad's for the birthday. You're going to see Carson opening up a few presents. Then you're going to see the birthday cake. And it was actually in that moment, that day, is when I realized that I'm actually headed for a BPD low. That's borderline personality disorder. And that's something we're going to talk about when we get back. So if you don't want to listen to that, like that's cool. But I know there are some of you that may understand, or you're wondering like, what's a low, a high, a low. We're going to talk about that after we insert the footage. And this is actually a positive. This is a positive. Like I'm actually proud of myself. But I'm still going to talk about, you know, maybe a taboo. I'm going to be talking about mental health, my mental health. Okay, we'll be back in a moment. Grayson, are we going bye-bye? You look so cute with your backpack on. Look at Nana. Grayson. I love you. I love you.
Oh my god.
Is the right one?
Hey.
Okay, so I had a little outburst, sorry. Lost my dignity for a second. I love it all, thank you!
I think you cleaned up there, hey son?
Yeah. Oh, I wouldn't fit. Whatever, it'll do.
Oh, we'll have to get you a Walmart bag then. Why don't you take it all out and then we can...
I love it all! Trash. Oh, I'm so happy! Carson's so happy!
I'm glad, Carson.
Oh, my little dino. Oh, you little cutie. You're so adorable. What are
So
you?
Carson really, really likes dinosaurs, and I found these little kits here where you have to just be like a paleontologist and dig through the sand to find the bones, so you can put it together like it goes in a museum.
Oh, it's
Pretty different. Pretty different. All right, Carson, are you happy?
Yes!
Awesome. You. Happy birthday, dear Carson. Happy birthday to you. Make a wish.
I wish everybody would just go away.
Put the balloon up for you like you did my birthday.
I don't
Happy birthday, my son.
Yes, 14. Wow.
I love you.
Look at this. Hey, Grayson, what's that? Is that Uncle's birthday cake?
That cake?
That's Uncle.
So there's Mama Addiction.
Oh, hi.
There's Father Addiction.
I gotta watch this.
That's Uncle Addiction. Okay, you guys, see you in the next clip. Okay, so that was the little birthday that we did. Pretty much my entire family was there. Like, my daughter was in the background. Her boyfriend was there. You know, you got to see Mother, Father, and Uncle Addiction. It was the first time you guys got to see Uncle Addiction. That is my uncle, my dad's brother. So it was a really good visit. And then, you know, I love, like, poor Grayson. He hates it when these family when these family events end. He just loves being around family. We're still, you know, he is on the spectrum. Larissa's working with the doctors, kind of like his uncle. You know, still, sorry, I got a fidget. I'm like that. I'm a fidgeter. So it was that night. Now, this is where we're going to start talking about the mental health. It is no secret. I'm an open book. I have shared on my channel that I have borderline personality disorder, severe social anxiety, blah, A, B, C, D, E, F, fucking G. Like, keep labeling it, whatever. But what borderline personality disorder, it's just a chemical imbalance in the brain. And unlike bipolar or schizophrenia, there's like, you can take medications for those. There is no medication that you can take for BPD. It's just something that you need to learn, and you've got to learn how to cope. So things have been going really good. Like, I've got nothing to complain about. Like, nothing. It's, you know, I've got a man that loves me. I've got 3 beautiful, healthy children. You know, I am eventually going to be going back to Edson to stay there until my sons are 18. I think I might have shared in a video that my son wrote a letter and some things have changed. So we've been coping with that. And I have not gone back to smoking, but I do need a sip. So with borderline personality, like, you know, like, things have been going great, you know, and I mean, like, I am honored and thrilled, like, with the Patreons. Like, I wasn't expecting that. And Friday night, I just felt the low. you know, and that's where the negativity comes in, right? And I can hear my ex-husband and then my other ex, the boy's father, you know, all the bullying and bullshit, you know, that I've gone through starts, like, it just comes in, right? And anything can set this off. Like, nothing set it off. Like, my son, my oldest boy, Donovan, stayed the night at his sister's so he could spend the night there with me. We watched a movie, and it was during the movie was when it hit me, right? Like, I'm getting ready to go into a low. And what a low is that is where you sit on the pity train and you're like, blah, no, I'm not good enough for this. And no, I'm not, you know, and then you basically become a couch potato, you know, and you don't do nothing, you know, and then the depression kicks in and oops, I'm just kicking you guys around here. I haven't had a low in a while. Right? Like because I've got nothing to complain about. Like I am quite content and happy in my life. If my hair would cooperate, it'd be even better, but hey. You know, it is just a chemical imbalance that I can't help. It's just there, but I've never really spoken of it, you know, and what it does to affect me. And I refuse to give in. I am not going to let this win. I'm not going to become a couch potato. I'm not going to just stop making videos and have an excuse. No, like, I cannot let that side of me win. That's the shadow self. Right? Like, we all have a shadow self. That's the side of us that we don't want people to see, you know, because we need to come across as we got it all together and we're, you know, we're perfect. And well, maybe not even perfect, but like, because we all have issues, man. First person that tries coming across being perfect, I'm just going to go. Anywho, okay, we work through that, you know, but so you guys may see a little bit of a difference in me. Maybe in my tone, maybe in my response time is, well, we all know what my response time's like. It is what it is. I don't like being on my phone. Drives me nuts. But I'm talking about it. You know, I think it's a crying shame that people are not able to talk about mental health because it could be they're feeling sorry for themselves, when that's not the case. Maybe people are just looking, you know, to relate, you know, maybe with what's going on in the world. Do I have an opinion on it? Yeah, I do. That will be for a future video. It's going to take me a little bit to put it together, but yes, I do have an opinion. And when that video comes out, we'll just see how she rolls. Like I said, it's going to take me a little while to put it together, but I do have an opinion. So that's affecting. And then plus, you know, the COVID thing and being cooped up, you know, that's affecting. So I'm sharing that right now I am in a low. And that means my energy level is shit. You know, on top of the whole MS and, oh, sorry, I got an itch. It's like I got an itch like right there. And I'm like literally scratching my nose on camera. I can't believe I just did that, but whatever, it's just like that. Squirrel. I'm tired, you know, like if people talk about negative every day, yeah, that gets fucking monotonous and that gets old real quick. You know, like the kind of people where there's always something wrong. I call them energy vampires. And they're sucking the energy out of you, man. I cannot have people like that around me. You know, I can't. I mean, for my own sanity, you know, and my own sobriety, you know, like I am a sponsor for a few people. So they take priority over anything else, you know. And then I have my sponsor. You know, I will never talk about anything that comes in regards, because there is anonymity, you know. But I mean, I'm at my max. I can't sponsor anymore. And I'm honored when people ask me, you know, I really truly am. But to me, that's a commitment. And when I'm making a commitment like that, that means that I can't have too much going on. Am I busy in my world? Yeah, right now I am. Now that Patreon is started. But see, it's going to be, next month, it's going to get easier each month. Because then I know I can, once I get these mail outs out, I start working on July. And then, you know, that way I'll have everybody that's already signed up done. And then if anyone new does happen to sign up, then I can work on theirs. I am still waiting for a crap ton of stuff from China on a boat. I did get some on Friday. I'm hoping that they're going to get here soon. So over the next little while, please know I'm okay. I've never been in a better spot in my life than I am right now. You know, I am feeling honored and blessed and humbled, you know, but I do have a chemical imbalance that will try to overshadow the good with bad, and I'm not going to allow it to happen. But what I'm doing is basically I'm documenting it. You know, like you can probably see a little bit of a difference in me now from my facial, maybe from my voice, but I'm looking at these resin pieces and I've got even more ideas. Here, I'll grab one so you guys can kind of see. Oh, so this is the crystal trinket tray. The one that we did last, oh, sorry, I'm looking at the wrong side. The one that we did last week, I actually demolded. I thought I filmed it, but it was in whatever. So you're going to get to see this crystal trinket tray. Multiple different glitters. I am excited, like to see this get demolded. And there's this one, and I did 2 others that have the same kind like this, but maybe different colors. And then I have the Princess Weed Wand. I did a different way of doing it. Same with the Crescent Moon. You guys haven't even seen the Crescent Moon. And then for Make It Monday, I'm going to do another mixture similar to this and go from there. I'm absolutely loving this. Like, I've got so much to look forward to that there's no way I'm going to let BPD get in the way. I'm just not. I refuse. But if I don't seem very responsive, that's me. Because I don't want to bother people. I don't want to bring people down. You know, like that's the last thing it's so frustrating. And I know that people cope with things differently. We all do. We all have different coping mechanisms. Who am I to judge another person and their coping mechanism? But when it's every time someone you talk to, it's, it gets fucking old. Like, you know, if you're like, if you're that miserable with your life that you've got to be that all the time, then fix it. Find something, you know, like look at what you do have instead of what you don't have. And that's what I do on a daily basis. It's a part of my nighttime prayer. I say what I'm thankful for, you know, and I talk more about what I do have instead of what I don't have. I don't know what it is, like pollen allergies that time of year. So like I said, I'm probably my response time is gonna be, yeah, but I don't have a beef with nobody. I'm coping right now with a low, and they can last usually for a couple weeks, but this time I'm gonna work through it. So next Sunday when we do Road to Recovery, I will share with you guys how I got through the week, knowing it was a low. Maybe what are some things that I did differently. I am refusing to let this define me. I am refusing to let MS, mental health, anything take away from my dream. And my dream is to have my own spiritual store, a craft store, spiritual store. But obviously I'm not going to have brick and mortar. I'm going to be click and order. So I am not going to let nothing get in the way of that. I'm absolutely not. So maybe instead of just stop filming and taking a 2-week break to get through it, you know, and avoid the world, maybe I just include the world. You know, I know that there are a lot of you that can understand and relate to this, and maybe you don't have borderline, but maybe you have, you know, maybe you're bipolar, or, you know, you got schizophrenia. That doesn't make you a bad person. Doesn't make you that you shouldn't be able to talk to people. But like I always say, it's okay to not be okay. But you can't stay there. You just don't take up residence at the not okay spot. It's a temporary, you pull up a chair, you take a breather, and then you move forward. Find something to help, you know, look at the positive. Get a new hobby, you know. And there's some other things that I'm going to touch base on, but that'll be for a whip and chat for later on in the week. So yeah, like I said, there was a part of me when I was driving home that wanted to just say, look guys, I'm taking a 2-week break. See you later. Don't worry, Patreons, you're getting, you know. But then I'm like, no, I'm not doing that. No. So instead, I'm choosing to share it. You know, no, it's not going to be me going blah, 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 blah. Because I can't handle that, you know. It's okay to not be okay. It's okay to have a video where you're ranty, or, you know, maybe you're a little sad or something's going on. I mean, like this weekend, you know, we found out with my dad, maybe a year, they quit smoking. So, you know, and I kind of got that I'm coping with, but I've got positive thoughts and I'm going to enjoy my dad as much as I can. So I chose, I'm not going to run from a BPD low, but instead I'm going to share it. And, you know, making crafts, like I'm really excited for Make It Monday. Like I'm actually pre-filming Make It Monday tonight. So it's basically gonna be, once I'm done filming, I'm gonna get this uploaded, and then I'm gonna be in the craft room and I'm gonna be demolding, filming the demold, and then we are going to be making more fun things with resin. I have new molds that should be here this week. One is a pendulum board. Ooh, I'm excited. And I actually placed my first Michaels order. Wasn't big, but Michaels isn't expensive because it was like my first time. There were all these coupons. So I've got some fun things coming. I'm really, really excited. That's what I mean. I don't have time to lay on the couch and just blunt. You know, So unlike last time, this time I'm going to share it. And let's see how I do from from episode 11 to episode 12. And I will make notes. I usually make lots of notes because squirrel brain. Yeah, if I didn't make notes, I don't think I would survive. I'm just saying. I mean, I know me. I'm squirrely. It is. I am who I am. Why do you think Squirrely is the mascot for the Vibe Tribe? Okay, you guys. I'm not going to make this a super long video. I've said what I've needed to say. I hope you all had a fantabulous weekend. I certainly did. I am looking forward for the upcoming week as well. I hope you all have a wonderful, wonderful week. Lots and lots of blessings. Stay positive, live blessed, and until the next time, many, many blessings. #VibeTribe. Bye, guys.